have here the Framer Creator Micro 2, designed and engineered in Italy and Canada by Framer in collaboration with WorkLouder. And this video is brought to you by Framer, and thanks to our friends over at Framer for sending the Creator Micro 2 for testing. Our friends at WorkLouder are actual creators and designers who made this product based on their own processes and workflows. And with that said, once you get the Framer Creator Micro 2, you can download presets from its app that are made for many different creator tools such as Photoshop, Premiere, Framer, and DaVinci Resolve, to name a few. Then, this too is compatible with multiple operating systems such as Mac, Windows, iOS, and Android. Anyways, before we get ahead of ourselves, hi, my name is Daniel with the Biboyharanero team. I have been a voiceover artist for nearly 10 years now, and I mainly use Audacity to record my voice and make basic edits to my voice like compression and normalization. And check this out. So we have here the recording that I made. It's very easy to just zoom in, zoom out. There you go. And what I normally do is I select all, which is, it's already selected all. And let me click on one side. Select all, compress, yes, normalize, yes, done. With just a few presses of a button, whole edit is done. Now back to the Framer Creator Micro 2, this has 13 mechanical switches with MX compatible low profile keycaps. And before you ask the question, yes, regular mechanical keyboard keycaps will fit. You get the rotary knob for zooming in or out, adjusting brush size, or scrolling up or down. Then you have a planar joystick with 7 custom actions to keybind. In other words, yes, that small joystick can function as 7 things at the same time. Now this too has a touchpad at the lower left corner for choosing the active profiles. It switches profiles with just a tap, and the LEDs beside it will adjust accordingly. Then this is offered in a wireless and wired version, where the wireless version has a 2100 mAh battery pack within. What we have here is the wireless version that connects via Bluetooth, and even over Bluetooth, you will be able to customize this with its downloadable software they call Input. Over at Input, you will be able to do customizations such as key binding and profile customizations, also macro recording. This is also where you can download keybind and function presets for the apps that you use. In the software, you can have the profiles be automatically activated when specific apps are opened, which allows your Micro 2 to just automatically switch profiles on the fly. Later, I will go over some of the basic keybinds that I have made for my own workflow over at Capcut, but first, let's go over its build quality. The box is pretty straightforward with just the macro pad, cable, and extra keycaps. You also get one piece of a translucent keycap. The cable is a braided cable that's nothing over the top. I also have no complaints about it, but anyhow, I think it's really cool that it's very easy to straighten it out. Going over the keycap icons, you get a lot of many different icons for many different functions. You have media buttons, arrows, a Windows logo looking key, and many more. I like that they put in a publish button here for when you want to export your work out. However, this button takes up 2 keys, and I would prefer to have an extra key handy. By the way, these are Framer compatible icons, so if you mainly use Framer to design websites, you should feel right at home with these icons. Anyhow, as for the macro pad itself, it is made of high quality materials such as acrylic and aluminum. Even with a small form factor, it does have some weight to it, and a great contributor to that is the aluminum housing. This macro pad will not be moving around your desk so easily because you have high quality rubber padding underneath. Then looking at the top of the keyboard, you can see the switches resting on top of the case itself, because yes, that seems like the PCB of the macro pad, as you also see the knob encoder and joystick encoder on top of it. The knob has a particular design to it, and to be honest, I've never seen a knob like this before. Not sure if that's so you can twist it easier or if there's an actual purpose for that chop in the knob. Anyhow, you can pull it out and replace it with regular keyboard knobs. The joystick has a rubber grip on it that's a little bit of a dust magnet. So if you live in a dusty home, keep that clean and wipe it down regularly. Overall, the quality is very solid, there's no creaking anywhere, and it just screams premium. Now, before we go over my Capcut Keybinds, here's a quick sound test. Okay, so this is the basic keybind that I have for CapCut. As you can see, if you look into my hands, the position of my hands is the same exact position that I have on my keyboard at all times because I am an FPS gamer. And what I have assigned right here for my middle finger is the split button since I press split a lot on CapCut. And then on my index finger, I have undo assigned. And of course, I have spacebar assigned over here because it's my play and pause button for almost all apps. So anyways, there are some more buttons right here. Delete, Alt Tab, compound, and also fit scale. And basically, the logic I have here is to assign the mostly used buttons up here. All right. And then assign some of the rarely used buttons around here. Now I use delete a lot also, so I assigned it to one of my main fingers, and then Alt Tab if I want to switch an app real quick. But another logic that I had here when I set this up is that the index finger will be assigned to all these buttons right here. And then the middle finger will be assigned to these buttons over here, and the ring finger for these two. The thumb will do all controls over here. Now, I also have an escape key here that I bound onto the button of the scroll wheel. And I also have zoom in and zoom out over at the knob. As for the radial menu, this is something I haven't set up yet because you could bind this to up to 7 buttons, which I have not decided yet because we already have plenty buttons right here to use for CapCut. But the radial menu is one quick way to add in 7 buttons into one small space right there. So as a content creator where we mass produce videos on a weekly basis, this is something my video editor would love. And as for me, being a voiceover artist, since I focus more on voiceovers nowadays, this is something I am going to use for editing my voiceover at Audacity. So it could be compression or amplification or just the simple recording button. I can keybind it onto the micro too. Big thanks to our friends over at Framer for sending this unit out for testing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Of course, I will leave links in the description on where to get your Framer Creator Micro 2. We'll see you guys again next time.